This has been a very challenging and trying and tragic and just downright horrible week altogether. So here's some good news. This week in upstate New York, in Rochester, a group of about 100 protesters was able to shut down an ICE raid where ICE showed up at an area where you had I guess a bunch of migrants, maybe, we're not sure, right? But ICE showed up as these people were installing a new roof on a building. They weren't out there committing gang violence, right? Like this administration tells us all the time, we're getting all these bad, they're horrible people, they're the worst of the worst. They're roofers, right? They're helping people. They're contributing to the economy, making money, and then spending it in the local communities and doing whatever they need to do. They're helping. But ICE showed up to do another one of their raids, right? Let's get all these people because they're all in one place. They're all at work. But they were met with about 100 protesters shouting at them, yelling shame, calling them Gestapo, not once becoming violent. But the presence of these protesters, just the fact that they were there, caused ICE, these big, tough ICE agents, right? We're so tough we won't even show our face. We got to cover it with masks. They decided to leave. Now, they did arrest one person. They took one person into custody. They would have, had it not been for the protesters, probably left with dozens more. But here is what was told to reporters by the roofing contractor about the one individual that was taken into custody. He said, quote, "He's a family guy. He's got a baby on the way. He's never even had a speeding ticket that I know of. He goes to church every Sunday and he pays his taxes." Basically a good law-abiding citizen. His citizenship status, we don't know about. And I guarantee you, ICE probably doesn't know about it either. I mean, after all, we did find out during their big raid of the Hyundai plant over in Georgia that they actually took people that were green card holders. People that were here 100% completely legally allowed to work, but they still snatched them up as well. Because it's basically snatch first, ask questions, probably never. So we don't know if this individual was in this country legally or not, but what we do know is that they weren't a criminal. Maybe they committed the misdemeanor offense of crossing the border illegally, but at the same time, they're contributing to the economy, they're contributing to the United States Treasury, they're contributing to their community by actually providing a service that needs to be done, putting on roofs. I would think, you know what? That's probably okay. Yeah, you need to do it the right way, but let's not make a federal case out of this. Let's get you lawyered up. Let's get you going through the right processes and then have you on your way so you can continue to make this country better. That's what those protesters wanted. Those protesters this week made a huge difference. By just being there. Again, there was no violence. There was nothing bad going on. But even their presence was enough to send these ICE agents peeing their pants and fleeing the scene. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be videoed. They don't want to have confrontation. That's the formula. What these protesters did in Rochester, New York this week should be celebrated by everybody in this country. That is the kind of peaceful resistance that we need. And we need more of it. We need it across the country. Protests can make a difference. They just did. We have the proof of it right now, right here in front of our eyes. So don't think for a second that these actions are futile. Don't think that you getting out there can't make a difference, because it can. It did. 2 days ago, we watched it happen. Don't ever forget the lesson from those brave protesters in Rochester. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.